Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. All right, NFL week number dos. What a weekend week one was. Oh boy. Watching the NFL Red Zone on Sunday, the first time I've done that. That was fucking amazing. Yeah, if you've never done it, do it. The NFL Red Zone it just basically calls the perfect parts of each game. You don't get the laws, you don't get all that. Seen some trash football, seen some great football. Fantasy wise, won my game, number one in my league by like 7 points, so it wasn't a big deal. But yeah, so doing well there. It's a 8-person friends and family league that we've done like 10, 12 years now or something like that. I've won a couple times. 8-person league, I drafted 7th. First 6 were running backs. I took Travis Kelce. We do the snake draft. So I had the second pick in the second round, took Patrick Mahomes. So everybody else is taking the running backs. I took Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, I wasn't worried. I kind of was. But, he brings it back. But all right. 8-8 straight up picks. 5-11 against the spread. 7-9 on the over-under. 20 for 28 overall. Not great. Not trash, but not great. One unique thing that I've seen here, the AFC and the NFC West, everybody in the division won. The NFC South, everybody in the division lost. That was just the strangest thing I've ever seen. All right, Thursday night, we have the matchup of two 0-1 teams. Yep. So Thursday night matchup is 0-1 teams. Monday Night Football is 0-1 teams. NFC East, New York Giants, Washington Football Team. Come on, guys. Come up with a name. The football team. Giants lost to Denver 27-13. The football team lost to the Chargers 20-16. Ryan Fitzpatrick is out 6 to 8 weeks. Tyler Hinkie took over as quarterback. Maybe they should try to trade for Deshaun Watson. Just an option. Or Aaron Rodgers. There may be quarterback controversy in Green Bay? Question mark. New York. Yeah, Barkley's knee. He was living in practice. He's got to get going. I know that knee was a year ago. But without him, Daniel Jones cannot be your leading rusher, or you're going to lose by 2 touchdowns. And they did. Washington is favored by 3. I got the football team winning, covering an under on the 41. First up, we have the AFC East. Buffalo Bills 0-1 versus the 1-0 Miami Dolphins. Josh Allen looked good, 30 for 51, 270 yards, no picks. Buffalo lost to Pittsburgh 23-13. Miami, though, they won 17-16 versus New England. Tua Tagovailoa I thought he looked pretty good. 16 for 27, 202, 1 interception. You beat New England regardless who their quarterback is. They do have their next franchise quarterback. The way it looked to me, beat him by 1 point. That's a good win anytime. Buffalo is actually favored by 3 here. I'm thinking Miami played better than Buffalo in week 1. They're going to continue that. I'm giving that 3 points to Miami. At home, I got the Dolphins winning, covering it under on the 47.5. Cincinnati Bengals versus the Chicago Bears. Bengals beat Minnesota 27-24 in overtime, where the Bears lost 34-14 to the Rams. Cincinnati has it going. Do they or do they not? Joe Burrow, 20 for 27, 2 touches. Jamar Chase, 5 for 101, 1 touchdown. He's on my bench. I've put him in my start line for week 2. Joe Mixon, 29 for 127, 1 touchdown. He's my running back. Thinking pretty good. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon. I think I'm doing all right with that. The Bears, Andy Dalton, 27 for 38, 1 interception. Justin Fields, 2 for 2. How far do they get before Justin Fields is the starting quarterback in Chicago? Week 2? Week 3? If they're 0-2, 0-3 by week 4, he better be in there. Otherwise, it's going to be a trash year for Chicago. Burrow getting hurt last year in week 1 and week 2. honestly think that was as much the injuries hurt people and hurt careers that may have helped Cincinnati. Could this Cincinnati Bengals team be what the Dallas Cowboys was when they drafted Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, with Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon? Could it be that kind of team? Could they be the next kind of the New England Patriots-ish? I know that's basically taking them from trash to the penthouse. They're going to be somewhere there. They're going to be maybe not quite the Patriots, but you know what I mean. They're going to be winning. They're going to be winning seasons. They're going to be there for the division, playoff contender for years to come. As long as you can get a defense. They give 24 to Minnesota. They squeak out by an overtime field goal. Yeah, fun times. But yeah, Cincinnati winning, covered in the 3, over on the 45. Denver 1-0, beating the New York Giants. That is the Giants and all. Versus the 0-1 Jacksonville Jaguar. Trevor Lawrence. Oh boy, 28 for 51. That is too many times for a rookie to be throwing the ball. 3 interceptions, 3 touchdowns, 332 yards. In his 3 years at Clemson, he lost 2 games. In the NFL, he's already lost 1 game. Denver, Teddy Bridgewater, pretty good. Looked good at all. Ran the ball well. Passed the ball pretty good. 28 for 36. 264 yards, 2 touches. Denver is favored by 6. I don't know why I'm going to do this. I'm taking Jacksonville. I know it's a joke, right? Jacksonville, I'm giving them the 6 points. They win, they cover over on the 45.5. I have to. I'm sorry. I'm a huge AEW fan. The Khan family owns the Jacksonville Jaguars. They own the All Elite Wrestling. AEW's been at the Daily's Place, which is right outside TIA Stadium. I just have to pick Jacksonville because Trevor Lawrence has got to win his first NFL game. Come on, let's do it in Jacksonville. Let's do this, Trevor. Come on. So Jacksonville winning, covering, and over the 45.5. I'm either going to look really stupid or really smart come Monday. We'll see, or Sunday afternoon. All right, next up with 1-0 Houston Texans. Wow. Tyrod Taylor, I was impressed. I didn't think they would do as well as they did. They beat Jacksonville 37-21. Is Houston for real? Tyrod Taylor, 21 for 33, 2 touchdowns. Brandon Cooks, 5 for 132. Cleveland, they lost the nail-biter to Kansas City 33-29. I mean, Mayfield, 21 for 28, 1 interception, 321 yards. Cleveland was favored by 12.5. That's a big number because Houston looked better than that. Giving Cleveland the win, I got Houston covered at 12.5 and over on the 48. Houston, if Tyrod Taylor's your quarterback, trade Deshaun Watson. Next up, we have new-look Los Angeles Rams with Matthew Stafford. 1-0 versus the 0-1 Indianapolis Colts. Rams beat the Bears 34-14. Stafford, 321 yards, 3 touchdowns. Cooper Kupp, 7 for 108. Colts, though, wins 25 for 38. Solid day. Jonathan Taylor, 17 for 56. But he had 6 catches for 60 yards. Great double threat back there. Rams favored by 4. I get them winning, covering. I'm taking over on the 47.5. Next up, we have the 1-0 Las Vegas Raiders versus the 1-0 Pittsburgh Steelers. Raiders beat Baltimore 33-27 in OT, while Steelers beat Buffalo 23-16. Big Ben, 18 for 32, 188. An okay game. They still won. David Carr, 56 passes, 435 yards, 2 touchdowns. Darren Waller caught 10 of those for a touch. Pittsburgh is favored by 5.5 at home. I got them winning, covering. I'm taking over on the 48. AFC East, we have the New York Jets, 0-1, versus the 0-1 New England Patriots. Patriots lost a 1 point to Miami. Mac Jones, 29 for 39, 281. You look pretty good out there. Damian Harris, 23 for 100, rushing. Jets, Zach Wilson, 20 for 37, 1 touch, 258 on the yards. The Jets, is too much going on, too many holes. I don't think the issue was Sam Darnold at all. Obviously, they couldn't beat him. so he's not a bad quarterback. I think the Jets are just a bad football team. I got Patriots winning, covering the 5.5 and under on the 43. NFC South, we have the 1-0 New Orleans Saints versus the 1-0 Carolina Panthers. Jameis Winston, 5 touchdowns. He looked pretty good. New Orleans spanked Green Bay, 38-3. Well, the Panthers beat the Jets 19-14. Sam Darnold looked good. He's 1-0 in Carolina. He's 13-25 in New York. So that was the AFC South that went winless, not the NFC South. My bad. I was like, wait a minute. I just said no. It was the AFC South that didn't win the game. So New Orleans favored by 3.5. I got them winning, covering, and under on the 44. Next up, the 1-0 San Francisco 49ers, which kind of shocked me. They beat Detroit 41-33. Eagles 1-0, beating Atlanta 32-6. Jalen Hurts didn't look too bad for Philadelphia, 27-35, 3 touchdowns. Elijah Mitchell rushed for 19 for 144 for San Fran, while Rebo Samuel 9 for 189. San Fran is favored by 3.5. I got them winning, covering, and over on the 50. NFC South, the Atlanta Falcons 0-1 versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 1-0. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers beat on Thursday night. He won against Dallas on Thursday night, 31-29. TB 32 for 50, 379. Antonio Brown 5 for 121. Matt Ryan did not look good. 35 passes, 21 completions, 164 yards. Tampa is favored by 12.5. I got them winning, covering, and over. Where am I? Over on the 52.5. No, I was going to look a stat up that I had. Took a picture of it, screenshotted it, and find it here. Here it is. So Tom Brady, 300 starts down in the NFL. His first 150 starts, 116-34. His last 150 starts, 115-35. Yep, he's fallen off. He needs to retire. Crazy. I mean, that guy is that good at that age. It's unbelievable. Tom Brady, I mean, can he play forever? I know Bill Belichick's always had to say it's better get rid of somebody a year too early than a year too late. The year after you got rid of Brady, he won the Super Bowl. So not a year, well, maybe a year too early. If this year is just trash for him, then he get rid of him a year before he's trash. He happened to win a Super Bowl that year. All right, next up, the 0-1 Minnesota Vikings coming off that heartbreaking overtime loss to Cincinnati versus the Arizona Cardinals. I'm sorry, the Cardinals are really good. I was shocked. 38-13 versus Tennessee. Kyler Murray, 4 touchdowns. DeAngelo Hopkins, 6 for 83 and 2 touchdowns. I mean, Kirk Cousins didn't have a bad game, but I think Arizona's for real. NFC West champions, question mark. Arizona favored by 4.5. I got them winning, covering, and over in the 51. The 0-1 Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott cannot throw the ball 58 times. 403 yards and 3 touchdowns. No. You're not going to win doing that. The LA Chargers 1-0. Beat Washington. Keenan Allen, solid 9 for 100. Beat my wide receiver on my fantasy team. Justin Herbert, 31 for 47. 337. Not bad. Chargers are favored by 3 at home. Got them winning, covering, and under in the 55. The 0-1 Tennessee Titans. Derrick Henry, 17 for 58. That is why you're 0-1, because he carried the ball 17 times for 58 yards. Seattle, though, 1-0. Their win against Indy, 28-16. Tyler Lockett receiving 4 for 102 touchdowns. Seattle favored by 5.5. I got them winning, covering, over on the 54. Sunday Night Football. Kansas City Chiefs 1-0 versus the 0-1 Baltimore Ravens. Kansas City beat Cleveland 33-29. Patrick Mahomes was Patrick Mahomes. Tyreek Hill was Tyreek Hill. Travis Kelce was Travis Kelce. What more can you say about Patrick Mahomes? He's really good. Could be the best quarterback in history of football. He's a great fantasy quarterback. What else do you say? I mean, the dude can throw a ball without even looking, and it's almost a game to him. Let's struggle for the first 3 quarters, and let's go out there and just play. I mean, I've seen some things online. I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan. I live in the area. I used to live closer. I belong to a lot of the fan sites. Can the Chiefs go undefeated in a 17-game season? People are like, what's their record going to be? Somebody put 15-1. No, there's 17 games. Probably 15-2, I would guess. Can they go 17-0? I don't know. I think if you're smart, Kansas City, these other tier 1 quarterbacks, you use your backup for 2 games. You don't let Patrick Mahomes play more than 15 games. Somewhere in the middle of the season and at the end of the season. Especially if you're, if they're 11-0, take him out a game, give him a break. Maybe right around a bye week or something. Maybe week 18. Baltimore. Wow. What can I say? Lamar Jackson, 19 for 30. Leader in rushing. The line was 3.5 on this. Don't remember where I heard it or read it. It said, talking about the line being low, it said basically go bet your next 3 years salary on the 3.5 on Kansas City winning by, because it's just going to go up from there. I think it went to 6.5 on some lines. Where I get it from, I'm still seeing 3.5 today. But I got Kansas City winning. I got them covering the 3.5. If it was 6.5, they're still covering over on the 55. Monday Night Football, the 0-1 Detroit Lions versus the 0-1 Green Bay Packers. Detroit lost 41-33 versus the 49ers. Jared Goff, 38-57. Guys, you cannot be throwing the ball that much. Packers, they lost by 35 to New Orleans. Rodgers had 2 interceptions. Jordan Love is 5 for 7. Quarterback controversy? Maybe. Where does Green Bay draw the line on Jordan Love starting or Aaron Rodgers starting? Not that Aaron Rodgers is not a Hall of Fame quarterback, but you drafted a guy like Jordan Love first round last year when you didn't have a need for him. Your need was wide receiver. Your need was playmakers. You drafted a quarterback. Now, each year goes by. Last year, this year, Aaron Rodgers, if you cut bait with him, against the salary cap number keeps going down. I think he has 3 more years on his contract. After this year, if I remember correctly, he'll be the same number of seasons, it's either this or next year, that Brett Favre was. So, is Jordan Love the franchise quarterback? The Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers. See the next one for 20 years? We'll see. Is he taking over this year? Maybe. Only time will tell. Green Bay is favored by 10.5. I got Detroit covering. Green Bay winning. Under on the 48. All right. That wraps up week 2 of the NFL football season. A lot of underdog victories in week 1. We'll see what week 2 brings. Could be fun, could not be. Make sure you check out the CFL week 7. I'm not doing great on my picks, so don't look at the picks. Just listen to the stuff. I was 2-2 last week. I'm 9-14 straight up picks overall. Not great. Check out NCAA college football week number 3. I'm doing better there. 20 wins and 7 losses straight up picks last week. 58% overall last week. 61% for the year. 122 and 76. Definitely check that out. That'll be up later on. As always, thanks for watching the Robert Sports Show. And don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports center content.